Yeah. हाँ, ये फाइनल परसेंटेज जीपीएन टोटल का आपको मीन स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन वेरिएंस स्क्यूनेस एंड कर्टोसिस यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट.
So my question is, at a time we can take all these variables.
Why not? Just see this. So how will you go for it? You have to go analyze descriptive statistics. Descriptives में जाएंगे.
Yes,
ठीक है.
5 minutes.
Now you will get this. Okay, चलो मेरे साथ कीजिए आप. Analyze descriptive statistics and descriptives. Go on this. Done.
Done, sir.
Done.
Done, sir.
Yeah, you will get this type of box. Getting this type of box.
Yes, sir.
Now from here to here आप क्या क्या लेंगे? क्या था अपना फाइनल? क्या क्या था फाइनल?
Final score and total.
And GPA है ना?
In total, yes.
इन तीनों को यहाँ, इन चारों को यहाँ पर ले लीजिए. Take all these four over here and then press options.
Done, sir.
कर रहे हैं साथ में?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Done, sir.
रजनी मैडम कर रहे हैं?
Yes, sir. Done it. I got table.
बरखा जी, आज बरखा मैडम नहीं है क्या? बरखा मैम, are you there? My friends from my sister concern SMU, are you doing?
Yes, sir. Doing so.
Great. Now take this. Now here means is there, sum is there. Now you have what we have to calculate: mean, sum, standard deviation, kurtosis and skewness. ये बोला था ना?
Yes, sir.
The mean standard deviation.
हाँ. Mean, standard deviation, kurtosis and skewness. ऐसा ही था?
जी.
तो उस पे टिक लगा लीजिए जिस पे करना है हमको, है ना?
नहीं.
ओके. और आप वैसे ही अपने पैसे तो लग नहीं रहे, तो आप सब पे लगा लो भले, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
Yes, sir.
है ना? लेकिन होगा क्या पता है? आपके एक ही टेबल में ये सब आएंगे तो फिर राइट. डन कर लिया. अब कंटिन्यू दबाइए और ओके कर दीजिए. कंटिन्यू, प्रेस कंटिन्यू एंड ओके. देखिए आउटपुट आया.
Yes, sir. आ गया.
क्या आया?
A table of descriptive statistics.
A table of descriptive statistics.
हाँ.
Mean, standard deviation, variation, skewness, and kurtosis.
Fine. And you are also getting standard error of mean along with, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. So you got this. चले आगे चले.
Yes, sir.
So there's the exercise. Take a screenshot of this and you have to compute mean, standard deviation and variance. इसका एक screenshot लीजिए. अब देखिए, now here you will not find this. You have to create a separate file for it. VAR1, VAR2, VAR3. ये आपको पहले define करना है पूरा का. उस पर टाइम लगेगा थोड़ा सा. ये आपका assignment है आज के लिए. Right, so you have to create a practice data file for the following variables and you have to just calculate this and you have to post it on the group as you are doing daily. Okay?
Yes.
Will do, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So let's study about bivariate correlation. Bivariate correlation. Before I start, can we have any univariate correlation?
No, not possible, sir.
I have intentionally written it. Actually, what happens, there is one more thing which is called partial correlation. Okay, that's why I have written it over here. It is a bivariate correlation. So correlation is called bivariate correlation by default because it designates a simple correlation between the two variables. So there are two types of correlation. One is called Karl-Pearson coefficient of correlation. You can say Karl-Pearson coefficient, and other is Spearman-Ranks coefficient. So as I've already told you, that there are the association is there in case of categorical variables type of thing. So here the categorical variable here itself is converted into the ranks, and we have to see the difference in the ranks given by two people. Then we use Spearman-Ranks coefficient of correlation. Otherwise, for rest of the other things, like when the data is continuous in nature, we use Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation. Whereas a ranks coefficient is used only when a ranking is given by a person, right? Also, when you are using ranking, it means you are using a ordinal data, right? So if the data is ordinal and you want to calculate a correlation, then you have to see the difference between in these two in the ranks which are given, in the ranks which are provided by the researcher, right? So both Pearson and Spearman ranks coefficient are can be used, and with the help of this correlate command, right? So degree of correlation, when we say there is a positive correlation, what does it mean? Anyone? What does it mean when the correlation is positive? Positive correlation is when one variable increases the value, the other variable also increases the value in the same way, right? So perfect correlation when R is equal to 1 can only happen in mathematics, and social science it will not exist, right? For example, just see the relationship between number of hours worked and the pay received, right? So more you work, more pay you will receive, right? And there will be a perfect positive correlation between these two items. So there is, and I have already told you there is nothing called perfect positive correlation, particularly in social science and in management, which we are doing, right? So second is just a positive correlation, not a perfect one, but a positive correlation. So when you see a positive correlation, the scatter chart may look like this, right? So positive but not perfect correlation indicates that the value of one variable increases the value of other, but also tends to means there is a correlation, but not as much good as it was the perfectly positive correlation, right? So for example, the relation between height and weight of humans. So there is a correlation, but it is not a perfectly positive. For example, or you can say the weak positive correlation can exist between the measure of empathic tendency and the amount of help. You may be feeling more empathic. किसी के लिए आप बहुत ज्यादा empathic feel कर रहे हैं, लेकिन at the same time we do not help that person in that way because there may be lack of resources, there may be other things also. So there is a positive correlation, but the positivity is not that much. Here the R has been found to be 0.12. Still see it is a positive, but it is not that much positive. But still in height and weight, if you see, there is a good positive correlation, and R has come to 0.83, right? And if there will be no correlation, it will become as a cloud-like structure over here. Can you see that the cloud structure over here in the scatter chart? So it indicates that there is no correlation, and the correlation will tend to 0. Okay. So for example, IQ and the heights in inches cannot be compared, right? IQ level doesn't depend on whether a person is a long or a short. Okay. So there will be, you will not find any correlation in that. Okay. Further, negative correlation, you can say negative but not perfectly negative correlation will occur. Suppose, for example, anxiety and emotional stability. More anxiety will be there, less emotionally stable a person will be, right? It will make a person more dicey, right?
Yes.
Weak positive correlation, for example, a person anger towards a friend suffering from a problem and quality of help given to the friend, right? So because he is a friend, here will be a negative correlation, right? More angry, but at least you will help him to a lot, to some extent. Angry है ठीक है, लेकिन help फिर भी करेंगे. So help actually increases even when the anger is less, or like there is a negative correlation. If these things are negatively correlated, right? Now, if you see perfectly negative correlation, distance and time, right? So this is something which is formula type of thing. Though here I would say here in case of perfectly negative correlation, the things which are there with the positive means it is increasing and it is decreasing, but at the same time these things are not applicable in social sciences, right? Now one more consideration is there in the correlation. Now it is important to understand the correlation command actually measures only a linear relationship. There may be a correlation which is not that much linear. For example, nervousness before the major exam. Suppose you want to appear for exam and you have to go for appearing the exam. So too much or too little nervousness will hurt the performance, while the moderate amount of nervousness will typically aid the performance. So the relation in the scatter plot will be like this, right? So more you are nervous, better you can perform, but after a certain level, after attaining a certain level, if you still be nervous, your performance will go down. right? So this will give you a U-shaped type of curve. So this is not a linear correlation, but still there is correlation. You can see some pattern in the graph over here. Okay, so this is all. So again, now I've told you about significance, right? So this is so where we have to use the significance is in the correlation itself. So I'm not going in depth about the one-tailed and two-tailed test, that how it matters, but I'm coming directly to certain because we have to discuss about t-test also now. So this is explanation regarding one tail and two tail, but I'm not going into deep about it. So if we are talking of causality, now what I was telling you about the significance is that whether a correlation you have calculated is significant or not, that actually matters a lot. Okay. So whenever we are calculating correlation, the correlation or any statistical procedure must be aided along with the significance value or the p value, which actually tells whether your correlation is significant or not. Okay. So next thing very important is that it is not necessary that something if it is correlated, then it will also cause the same thing, right? For example, uh, height and weight, they are means more height and more weight is there. So it doesn't mean that height is causing weight. Okay. Gender and empathy. It is not. It doesn't mean that if you are female, you will be having more empathy. It's not like that. So it is not that much. So there may be a correlation, but there may not be a cause and effect relationship. For example, direction of caution is likely, but direction is questionable. For example, self-efficacy in health. Now, difficult directional effect in emotional stability and anxiety, right? One more important thing. So there was a relationship which was calculated that more people actually eat ice cream and there are more homicides. So there is no question to it actually. Actually, people eat ice cream in summers, and the survey was done on the bank of a sea. So in summers, more people are there. They are more prone to go to sea, and there are more deaths because more people will go. Then there is a more chance of having deaths. But you cannot correlate it that with the sale of ice cream, the people are dying, because in summer ice cream are also sold. So such type of one must not involve in such type of caution, or you can say causality. So there is a no causality over here that sale of ice cream will increase the suicides or homicides. Okay. Further, number of church and number of bars in the same way. Okay. So more the number of churches, more the number of bars it will be. It's not like that. There it may be affected by something. So when you see such type of thing, your interpretation, when you are interpreting something, your interpretation you must write down, or you must jot down these things which are abnormal in nature when it comes to your things. Or there may be need of doing more research on it, then only you will be able to come on a conclusion, right? So very important that correlation doesn't means it is causing something. Okay. Now next is your partial correlation. This is a process of finding correlation between two variables after the influence of other variable has been controlled for. So for example, if the correlation between GP and total point is to be calculated, year can be included as a covariate, right? So if you include the things as a covariate, you can control that variable which may be causing correlation in this. So here it is anticipated that fourth year student would be generally will do better than the first year student, right? Because they are more educated, they know more things, right? So partial correlation actually partials out the effect of the year of schooling on the correlation between the total points and GPA. And with the partial correlation option, more than one variable can be included as a covariate if there is a reason to do so. So it's not necessary that you can include only one thing as a covariate. So very important test. Chali, let us do it. Go on, analyze, correlate, and bivariate. Come on. Analyze, covariate, and bivariate. Doing, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right. So here again, you have now what we will be doing is we will be doing it between gender, GPA, quiz 1, quiz 5, and final. Bring all these things over here and press OK. Now let me tell you one thing very, very important. Gender is a categorical variable. Though you may put it, it will be of no use. There should not be an interpretation. Though I would have told you this afterwards, after including, but I'm telling you well in advance because we have less time. Okay, and now press OK. What you will get. Now also don't forget to just see whether this is Pearson, and see here, flag significant correlation.
Yes.
Okay, and put here two-tail. Two-tail is by default.
Yes.
Flag significant correlation. Just make a tick over here and press OK.
Done, sir.
What output you have received?
Yes, sir.
Table.
What output have you got?
Yes.
Sir, this is a
Can
table.
you see a table?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now this table actually, if you see at some places, now each column also carries a significant value. Significance is also there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ऐसा आ रहा है, इस तरह का आ रहा है ना?
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
देख रहे हैं ना आप, इस पे आपकी स्क्रीन पे आ रहा है ना ये?
Yes.
sir. Yes.
Now if you see over here, ये diagonal है, देखिए आप. This is a diagonal. Okay.
Yes.
Now ये वाला कॉलम जो GPA का है वो इसके जैसा ही होगा. ये वाला कॉलम इसके जैसा होगा, ये वाला कॉलम इसके जैसा होगा, सारे के सारी चीजें एक जैसी हैं. ठीक है, तो आप कोई भी हाफ ले सकते हैं. You can take any of the halves for comparison. Right now, see this. There's कुछ जगहों पे सिंगल डॉट लगा हुआ है ऊपर, जैसे 194 के ऊपर लगा हुआ है, 0.262 के ऊपर दो लगे हुए हैं, 0.504 के ऊपर भी दो लगे हुए हैं. Okay, can you see that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now what does it mean? देखिए नीचे लिखा है correlation significant at 0.0 level, means जहाँ पे one dot लगा है, place or the correlation which is having one star or one dot, that particular thing is significant at
94.
5%.
हो गया. Now this at these places, these are means जहाँ पे one dot है, the places where you have one dot, it is significant at 95% confidence, means you are 95% confident that this value is not by chance. And where there are two dots, you are 99% confident that this value is not by chance. Getting? This
Yes,
is a
sir.
simple interpretation for this. Okay? So while writing the interpretation, you have to write it accordingly. Okay. Now let us do some partial वाला, वो भी देखते हैं. यहाँ पे आपने तो डाल ही लिया है. Okay, आप press OK आपने कर ही दिया था. Now check these boxes. ये आपने पहले भी कर, okay, ये भी आपने कर लिया है. Yeah. Here also, if you go in this options, you will find this. Right? पहले बार तो simple वाला किया था. Now here you can find this. The option will open with a new window which provides further statistics if needed, such as mean and the standard deviation, cross product and deviation and the covariance. It also deals with the missing values, right? Now, exclude cases pairwise means that the particular correlation in the if the matrix, if subjects has one or two missing values, ये missing values से related है, इसको छोड़ दीजिए. Here these two boxes are to be ticked. Okay, and these are related to the means and the standard deviations. Yes. Okay. अगर आप ये भी करते हैं ना तो then still you will be getting. So this is again. Oh yes, I have already told you. Now see the interpretation. How we write the interpretation. Yeah, क्या हुआ? कहाँ चल रहा है? Now diagonal is one I have already told you. Now just note that there is a strong positive correlation between final and the quiz 5. Can you see that? And here, why we are saying it is a strong, because the p value is 0.001. So it is very highly significant, but itna strong nahi hai because it is less than 5. But yeah, as compared to other correlations, here it is, at least you can say it is strong. It means those who have scored higher in the 5th quiz tend to score higher in the final exam.
Exactly.
Getting?
Yes, sir.
It means, what does it mean? It means that approaching towards final exams, people have started working on it. Now, if you similarly, if you find the scores between the other quizzes also, you can find it. Suppose, for example, quiz 5 and you can see not quiz 5. If you take quiz 1, quiz 1 and GPA. Now see, this is significant. This is 0.01 significance level. How come it is coming 0.5? There should be, okay, ठीक है, fine. HI11 आ गया ना. So significance level is more than 0.05. Now significance level is more than that. Okay, so 0.001 से जो है वो ज़्यादा है, लेकिन 0.5 से कम है. So accordingly, this is something which is now if you align it with GPA, now how much is it is coming up? Quiz 1 and GPA, if you see how much it is coming, how much is the correlation between these two? Quiz 1 and GPA 0.26. So it is not that much a strong correlation, right? It means those who are having higher GPA, they might not have worked hard for quiz 1. But if you see the correlation between GPA and final, देखिए correlation between GPA and final कितना 0.498 और वो भी highly significant. What does it mean? That people have, those who are having higher GPA, they might not be, they might have taken the quiz 1 very lightly. But when the marks in the quiz 1 they have got less, then they have tried hard for the finals and the quiz 5. And it is a tendency that a person who is intelligent would like to, or who is a person who is laborious would like to get more marks when it comes to the progress of himself in the class. So these type of interpretation you have to write. Are you getting or not?
Yes, sir.
So if you see quiz 1 and GPA and quiz 5, because if you remember this GPA is of the previous year. पिछले साल का GPA, इसका मतलब GPA ये बताता है कि आप कितना, आपने आपके पिछले साल में क्या स्कोर था. ना पिछले साल में जिनका अच्छा स्कोर था, they have not scored well in quiz 1, but they have scored equally good in quiz 5, which means that they are serious about their studies. Once they have failed and or once they have not performed well, they have started working on their final scores, and that is the reason. And one more can be the reason. What? The education which you have given between quiz 1 and quiz 5, there is a significant impact of that education.
Exactly.
And that's why these people have, the education has helped these people to score well. Okay, now see, these interpretation you cannot find from the table, but you have to apply your mind, you have to apply your literature review, and you have to apply your scholarship in order to write such type of interpretations. Getting or not getting?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Right? So this is an exercise, the same thing you can have. आप किसी का भी निकालिए और interpretation लिखिए, वो ज़्यादा important है. Okay. Gender again, ethnicity, ID, ये सब क्या है? Categorical variable है. Year भी, section भी. Okay. These are categorical variable. चलिए. T-test procedure. What is T-test? Anyone?
Sir, when we used to compare mean between two groups,
Okay.
that is t-test. And if we are going in two groups, then we use ANOVA, as I am able to recall, sir.
As
I am able to recall, sir, I studied last night regarding this.
okay. Good.
Yes.
You're very correct.
Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else? Any other information or any other thing you would like to tell about this? So
T-test is
what
done
basically?
for the T-test is done for sample is if sample is very lesser. Means sample number is very small.
T-test is used when sample is less, and you use Z-test when there is large sample. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good, Hemant. But at the same time, let me tell you, SPSS doesn't distinguish between small sample and large sample. It is having only t-test, whether it is a small sample or large sample, whatever, the t-test is there. So t-test itself adjusts itself towards applying the small sample or large. So sampling problem is not a problem with the SPSS over here when we are using the t-test. Okay, fine. Yes. So t-test procedure is used for comparing the sample means, right? To see if there is a sufficient evidence to infer that the means of the corresponding population distribution also differs. Okay. Or more specifically, you can say an independent sample t-test, a sample is taken from two populations. Now, the two samples which are based on the same variable interest, whether there is a significant difference between the two, you can say population distribution, or you can say sample distribution, because here we try to replicate the sample with the population, because we assume that the population is normally distributed, and this sample has randomly been collected. Okay, so distribution should be normal and sample should be randomly collected. Then we can say that the sample is a true replica of the population, and we try to assume that itself, right? So t-test may be used to explore such issues such as does one advertising technique produce higher sales than other technique, right? So do men or women score higher on the measure of empathic tendency? Does one training method produces faster times on the track than the other training method? I think yesterday, I think Rajni ma'am, you were asking na कि भाई कौन सा टेस्ट कब लगता है?
Yes, sir.
तो
Yes.
अब देखिए कोरिलेशन रिग्रेशन अपन ने बताया, अब टी टेस्ट कब लगेगा? व्हेन यू हैव टू सी सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस बिटवीन द टू पॉपुलेशन. फॉर एग्जांपल, want to understand whether males of my class are having better IQ or the females. So here I can say males are speaking less and females are more interactive. So I can come to a conclusion that females in my class are having more interaction with me, and that's why they understand in a better way than that of the males. मेल्स क्या करते हैं, अपना वीडियो ऑन करके बैठ जाते हैं बस, और बोलते बालते कुछ ज्यादा है नहीं. और जो है फीमेल जब भी अपना बोलना होता है then they are. But I may be wrong. I may be wrong. So what I have to do is I have to take the statistics. I have to take the test जो कि मैं भी रोज ले ही रहा हूँ आपसे, right? So I can compare the scores of males and females. Okay, and can come and can apply the t-test in order to conclude whether who are or which group is having a significantly higher score than other. So मेरी null hypothesis यहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगी? There is no significant difference. This is my null hypothesis when I am doing the independent sample t-test. Okay, चले इसको थोड़ा सा और पढ़ते हैं, right? So the keyword is two over here, right? So whenever we have to compare two things, we have to take t-test, right? So t-test means two. So we are comparing two values. Now there are three types of t-test: independent sample t-test, paired sample t-test, and one sample t-test. So independent sample t-test actually compares the mean of the two different samples. Two sample means they are from means you can say the interest variable is same, but there must not be any overlap between the two samples. Or you can say these are the two categories of which we are having a comparison. So a person can belong either to one category, he cannot belong to two other category. If a person is a male, he cannot be a female, right? And I'm taking a comparison between male and female, then this would be the thing which happens. For example, difference between males and females, difference between the performance of cricket by Indians and Australians, difference between the achievement test score of sample of upper class first graders and the sample of lower class first graders, right? Or it can be difference between the life satisfaction score between married and unmarried, right? So that is what it is. So ultimately what the thing is, again, we have to note that there must not be any overlap between the two groups when we are talking about independent sample t-test, right? In paired sample t-test, what will happen? It is usually based on the groups of individual who experiences both the conditions of the same variable of the interest, right? For example, student score on the first quiz versus the same student score on the second quiz. Subject of dispersion scores after the treatment of A as compared to the same scores after treatment B, right? So two treatments you are giving, suppose for example. So actually paired sample t-test is used when you are actually seeing the impact of suppose training. So pre and post type of thing. So when experimental studies are there and you have to see the difference between the pre and post type of thing, then there also we use the paired sample t-test. Now again, note here that the same group must experience both the levels of variables, right? So previously what happens, there should be not be any overlap, and in case of paired sample t-test there must be overlap, means same people should experience pre and post before. If you will change the people, then there will be no use, and the things will be distorted, right? Now another is one sample t-test. It is designed to test whether a mean of a distribution differs significantly from a preset value. So we have some value in our hand, we have some value in our mind, and I just want to understand and know whether the calculated value or the value which I have estimated, whether it is significantly different from the value in my mind or not. For example, does a course offered to the college senior result in a CAT score greater than or equal to 85%? Now something is in my mind is that I will calculate the mean scores of your quizzes, and what I assume is that the mean score of all of you must not be less than 70%. If it is less than 70%, then I can see whether this workshop is successful or not. So that can be one of the way of calculating. So did the performance of a particular class differ significantly from the professor's goal of 82%, for example? So here my goal may be 70%, right? So during the previous session, the mean time of the which cross-country athletes best seasonal performance was 18 minutes. Was it 18 minutes or was it less than or more than that? Right. So in that case, in this procedure, we use the one sample t-test. Now here again, the test of significance will come with which is one-tailed and two-tailed. I'm not going much in that. Okay. So let us perform the independent sample t-test. Okay, now go and analyze, compare means, and go on independent sample. Hurry up, do it.
Yes, sir.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now you'll be finding a box like this. Now here what we are doing is, ऊपर हम लोग total ले रहे हैं, total score. Okay, so just double click total, it will come over here. Okay, and here we are taking gender, right? So ऊपर अपने को टोटल लेना है और नीचे आप जेंडर पे डबल क्लिक कर लीजिए, जेंडर यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. डन हो गया? फाइन. नाउ यू प्रेस डिफाइन ग्रुप्स. डिफाइन ग्रुप्स लिखा ना ये?
यस सर.
इसको प्रेस कीजिए, ऐसा एक विंडो आ जाएगा. आ रहा है?
यस सर.
तो ग्रुप 1 में 1 लिख दीजिए, ग्रुप 2 में 2 लिख दीजिए. नाउ व्हाई दिस सो? क्योंकि ग्रुप 1 क्या है? 1 इज मेल्स. आपको याद है आपने जब वैल्यू लेवल्स डिफाइन किया था तो 1 मेल और 2 फीमेल किया था.
Yes.
आप ग्रुप 1 में चाहो तो 2 भी लिख सकते हो, नीचे ग्रुप 2 में 1 भी लिख सकते हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. ठीक है. सो ग्रुप 1 में 1, 2 में 2. ठीक है. कंटिन्यू दबा के ओके दबा दीजिए. यहाँ कंटिन्यू दबाइए, ये वाला कंटिन्यू और ये वाला ओके दबा दीजिए. किया? डन?
Yes, sir.
ओके. आउटपुट देखिए क्या आ रहा है. ऐसा आ रहा है.
Group statistics and
Group
independent.
statistics and independent sample.
ग्रुप स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड इंडिपेंडेंट सैंपल टेस्ट स्टैटिस्टिक्स साथ में आ रहा है.
Yes.
ठीक है. अब इसका इंटरप्रिटेशन कैसे लिखते हैं देखिए. ग्रुप स्टैटिस्टिक्स में आप सीधा रिपोर्टिंग आप देखिए, मेल कितना फीमेल कितना आ रहा है ना, उनका मीन स्कोर आ रहा है, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन. तो देखिए इस तरह से लिखेंगे. This independent sample t-test has analyzed indicate that 64 males has mean score of this and 41 males have the mean score of 98.29, right? So the standard deviation of mean is this and the males was this. That's it. ये आपका पहली वाली टेबल का इंटरप्रिटेशन हो गया, राइट? नाउ दिस टेबल, now this table, now what does it tells? The mean did not differ significantly, क्योंकि p वैल्यू आपकी कितनी, देखिए यहाँ पे सिग्निफिकेंस वैल्यू कितनी है, देखिए कितना है सिग्निफिकेंस वैल्यू,
0.176.
176.176.
0.1,
76.
अच्छा उसमें 176 है, मेरे यहाँ 0.15, मेरा थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस था उसमें, ठीक है? सो whatever is there you have to report this, right?
Yes, sir.
Now here if you see the 11th टेस्ट में आपका है टेस्ट टी टेस्ट फॉर इक्वलिटी ऑफ वेरिएंसेस में, देखिए कितना आ रहा है, 0.224.6 आ रहा है.
Yes, sir. 0.175, 0.195.
So 11th
Sorry.
test of equality of variance indicates the variance of males and females do not differ significantly. Again, if you see it over here, the significance value is 1.15. Still, again, whether it is this value or this value, both the values are more than 0.05.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what does it mean? What does it mean? आपका null hypothesis क्या था? There is no significant difference, right? So
There is
null hypothesis accept हुआ, reject हो गया. There is a significant difference.
reject हुआ.
Okay, there is a significant null hypothesis has been rejected. Had your had this ये जो आपका p वैल्यू है 0.05 से कम आती है, 0.05 होती है, तो आपका null hypothesis एक्सेप्ट हो जाता है और हम कहते हैं कि there is no significant difference, right? Now here the significant difference is there. Now when there is a significant difference, again you have to see आपका जो पहले मीन आया था, किसका मीन किसका ज्यादा है, फीमेल का ज्यादा है, तो we can say that females are having more. So it is, and this mean is significantly higher than that of the mean of the males, that is 98.29. So they have scored more. They have scored significantly more than that of the males. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes,
इस तरह
sir.
से लिखा जाता है,
Yes, sir.
इंटरप्रिटेशन ऐसे लिखा जाता है, ठीक है? Now let us perform the paired sample t-test. जल्दी कीजिए. Analyze, compare means, paired sample t-test. जल्दी जल्दी. Analyze, compare means, paired sample t-test.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Got it,
Done?
sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. तो ऐसा आ रहा है, देखिए, something like this is appearing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here, if you see, you have to one. Now we are comparing between quiz 1 and quiz 2. Okay. तो पहले वाले में हमने किया था, उसमें हमने इसमें quiz 1 और quiz 2 को डालेंगे. Variable 1 is quiz 1 and then quiz 2, right? So we will just put it as where there is a. हमको ये देखना है कि quiz 1 और quiz 2 के बीच में जो टीचिंग हुई उसका इम्पैक्ट सही आया कि नहीं आया. मींस quiz 2 में परफॉर्मेंस ज्यादा आना चाहिए. तो हम देख रहे हैं कि दोनों में सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस है कि नहीं. ओके.
Yes, sir.
ये इसको हम 95%, अब जितनी कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल पे आपको उसको टेस्ट करना है, बाय डिफॉल्ट 95 आता है, राइट? 99 पे भी आप कर सकते हो, ठीक है? इवन 90 भी करोगे तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बट उसका कोई यूज नहीं, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
चलें आगे. कंटिन्यू दबा के ओके दबाइए. कैसा आ रहा है देखो.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, अब देखिए.
So we got
अब
value
कैसे,
as 5.5.
हाँ, व्हाटएवर, ठीक है, इट्स ओके. जो भी आपका जो आ रहा है, जैसे मेरा जो आ रहा है मैं उस हिसाब से इंटरप्रेट करता हूँ, आप अपने हिसाब से कर सकते हो, राइट? सो दिस पेयर्ड सैंपल टी टेस्ट एनालाइजेस द इंडिकेट्स दैट फॉर 105 सब्जेक्ट्स द मीन स्कोर ऑन द सेकंड क्विज, मीन कितना है 7.98, वाज सिग्निफिकेंटली ग्रेटर, क्योंकि इसकी पी वैल्यू देखिए. अब पी वैल्यू कहाँ है? पी वैल्यू किधर है? अच्छा, इसमें देखिए कोरिलेशन भी आया है.
हाँ.
कोरिलेशन बाय डिफॉल्ट आ रहा है, क्योंकि आप
0.67.
कंपेयर कर रहे हो ना, तो कोरिलेशन बाय डिफॉल्ट निकालेगा. अब देखिए इसकी पी वैल्यू क्या है, ये देखिए पी वैल्यू एंड में
Yes, sir.
आ रहा है ना.
0.05.
हाँ, 0.05,
Yes, sir.
which is less than 0.0, even 0.01 से भी less है,
Yes, sir.
significantly greater.
Sir,
Right?
can you repeat this? Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm not
Process.
able to get this table.
Process you want me to repeat?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Just go and analyze.
Yeah. Okay.
Analyze, compare means paired sample. Previously, you have
Yes, yes.
done your independent sample. Now you are doing your paired sample.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
You're getting this.
Okay.
Now put in variable 1, put quiz 1, and in variable 2, put quiz 2.
1 minute. Variable 1, quiz 1.
Yeah.
And there is a pop-up. The pair must contain 2 different variables.
There are 2 different variables. Now you have you taken
Okay.
2 different variables? Yeah.
Quiz 1.
Pair
And
1,
in under variable 2. Hang on. Variable 2.
Just double click quiz 1 and then double click quiz 2. It will go at its place.
But again, on the second row, it is coming quiz 2 for me. When I double click on quiz 2, it is coming under variable 2, quiz 2, and also under variable 1, row 2, it is also coming quiz 2 again.
So yes, same here, sir.
Actually, what the thing is, how many pairs you want to compare? For example, quiz 1 and quiz 2, and then you want to compare quiz 2 and quiz 3. Suppose you want, then it will keep on coming down like that. Don't do it. So variable 1 must be quiz 1 as shown over here, and variable 2 must be quiz 2 as shown over here itself.
Sir, it's by default under variable 1.
By default, it is coming.
What should I tell you? Means how come? Means it is for me. It is by default. It cannot come like that.
I think you have pressed quiz 2 twice. That's why it's coming on the field number 2 also.
Yes. You are correct. So that's why it is coming down also. Quiz 1 and quiz 2. It should be like this. Remove it if it is coming in second. Na just click it over there.
Done. Yeah, done. Second time I'm not done it. I'm not clicking double click, sir, for the second variable. I'm just using that arrow mark, so it is easy.
So both can be done, and if it has come by default, you can just select this and just press this arrow. It will go again.
Yes. Right.
Got it now?
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Now press this options. Press this options.
Okay, done, sir.
95%. Put 95%, and then continue in OK. You will get this output. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Now again, if you see the quotation, now this is also significant and this is also significant. So accordingly, you can write the interpretation that both are significant. Okay. So what is the null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is that there is no significant difference between quiz 1 and quiz 5, quiz 1 and quiz 2. And what does it mean? It means that whatever training you have given in between is all bekar. It has all gone in vain. But over here, what we have got is that both the things have come significant, right? So significant means 0.05. So you are accepting the null hypothesis. Accepting null hypothesis is that there is really no significant difference between the training which have happened. It means that you need more trainings or the student needs more input. Then what we will do? Okay, let us give them one more session of training and then we'll again take quiz 3. Right, and then we will see the significant difference is there between quiz 1 and quiz 3 or not. Okay, or even you can see the significant difference between quiz 2 and quiz 3 or not. Getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this way you can write your interpretation. Right, now next is performing one sample t-test. Do it. So analyze, compare means one sample t-test. Go. This is very simple. Analyze, compare means one sample t-test. Do it.
Done, sir.
Done. You will get this type of box. So whatever the sample, suppose percentage, I want to take percent. So double click the percent, it will come over here. Okay. Double click the percentage over here, it will come over here. And press options. As soon as you press option, this box will come 95 again. And now here, see the test value. Now you want to test whether this percentage is near to 85 or not. Okay. Now you have to just press continue and then press OK. Okay. You will find such type of table again. Now this will tell me whether my value, what is my value? What is the calculated value?
85.
Calculated value is 80.34
Yes,
and
sir.
my value is 82. So I want to
85.
have 85, sorry. Yeah. So 85 is my value. So is this significantly different from this, or this has occurred by chance? So one sample t-test analysis indicate that the mean percentage of this class is n is equal to 105 was significantly lower than this, and because now what is the p-value? See, the p-value is this.
0.00.
Yeah, it is, yes. So what is the null hypothesis? There is no significant difference. Okay, so this is far away from the goal of the instructor. Okay, now this is the exercise for you, right? You have to compare between the genders, quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, quiz 4, quiz 5, final and total. Okay, apply these tests. And again, you have to do the paired sampling. Paired means quiz 1, quiz 2, we have already done. Now you have to do quiz 1 and quiz 3, quiz 1 and quiz 4. Please take a photograph of this. Or somebody can take a photo and post it on the WhatsApp so that you can perform these tests at home.
Sir, can you go for this last one, sir? This one way.
Which one?
The last exercise, the last process.
This one.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I got stuck
This
somewhere.
is again very simple. Analyze, compare means one sample t-test.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah. Do it. No problem.
Compare means one sample t-test. Okay.
Yes. Right. Again, the remaining things are same.
Percentage.
Right? Just you have to put the test value over here.
85 or 95? 95. Yes. How much?
85. 85.
Okay. 85.
You can put 82 over here and check it again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Interpretation, sir. Interpretation, please.
Yeah, interpretation is there. So see the significance value, whether it is both the values are significantly different or not. Okay. Now the test value is 85. It means this 80.34 has occurred by chance. It can happen because significance is high. Right?
Yes.
Now here you have to compare the GPA with the GPA of the university. University GPA is 2.89. Right? So these exercise you have to do.
Sir, see, the mean difference we got 80.343, and we gave 85%. No, so what is the conclusion on this?
You tell me what will happen over here.
No, we are not meeting. No, we are not meeting our target 85%.
Yeah, we are not meeting our target of 85%, but this has occurred by chance.
Yes.
See the significance level. Significance is 0.00.
Zero.
Yeah, it is even less than. So 99% confidence also, if you try to see it, there is no significant difference. What is null hypothesis? No significant difference between 80.34 and 85. Right?
Come again, sir.
There is no significant difference between 80.34 and 85. This may have occurred by chance.
Okay.
Because see the significance value over here. It is less than 0.0001 also. Even 0.1 also. It is totally zero, na?
0, yes, sir.
Right? Okay, guys. So this was all from my side for the day.
So there is one more option under that compare means one-way ANOVA. Are we going to take it tomorrow?
One-way ANOVA is not a part of this, you can say, workshop.
Okay.
Let me tell you, ANOVA is not that much easy.
Okay, sir.
It is not easy to perform ANOVA. You need a lot of basic other things because let me tell you, ANOVA is even difficult than regression, I suppose. Because when you go for one way, then you can go for. Okay, fine. You tell me. You want one way ANOVA? I can give it to you. No problem. So I have to send
you sent a video. In that, the same was there, I guess. Another video you sent.
Yeah, I will, if you want to actually do one-way ANOVA, the things will be same as that of that video itself. But yeah, you will be able to do it hands-on. So if you want, I can do it for you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
But you have to
Yes, sir.
sacrifice
Thank you
that,
very much, sir.
Google form. You have to sacrifice, and I will not be able to tell you about Google forms then.
So
Though
can
Google
we
form is a
extend
part of your.
Can we
You
extend one
discuss it
more?
on the group. You see, guys, you can discuss it on the group, right? You want Google Forms or you want one-way ANOVA, because yesterday also Ruma told that one-way ANOVA she needs. Okay, I can
So
give
that we can complete that options, no, sir. So once we are leaving one option in that.
Mr. Raj, you decide along with the group members. You want one-way ANOVA, I can give you. No problem is there. Right.
Okay, democratic. Okay, sir, democratic.
You guys decide and tell me. Okay, Rajni ji, you have to tell me what is the verdict of the group. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It is your duty, and you have to put it on group itself, and there should not be even a single confrontation on that. Then I will take that. Otherwise, I will go by that Google Forms itself, because it's already given in your in the syllabus. Yeah, in the agenda it is there. One-way ANOVA is not in the agenda.
Okay, sir.
But on your request, I can do it for you. For that, but you please tell me by tonight or to tomorrow morning. You can tell me. Okay, by tomorrow morning you tell what you want, and you will see there will be a beautiful interpretation of this one-way ANOVA also. I am ready to share, no problem. It's all yours.
Okay,
But you guys decide it, because this was a basic workshop. We will be having one more workshop after 2 months or so, right? So in that workshop, you will be able, not only be able to understand this one-way ANOVA. I will give you. Raji, you are looking good. Don't worry.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. So what the thing is, in that we will be able to understand regression also. Then I will take you slightly towards multiple regression, and then we will go with the your vector analysis. So there are various beautiful multivariate techniques which you can learn. Okay. So anyways, I have left it to all of you at your discretion, right? So whatever you want to learn, it's that is more important for me, right? Rajni ma'am, you want to say something more?
Sir, as you said, after 2 months, if there is a workshop, then if it is very sure, then we will do with Google Form tomorrow. No issues.
Yes, sir.
My
Yeah,
opinion.
you decide. You guys decide. Ruma ji, yeah, Ruma madam आ गई देखिए. ANOVA की बात हुई और Ruma madam आ गई. Yes, Ruma, what you want to say? Ruma is also one of our research scholars in Manipal.
Yes, sir. Whatever others agree.
Sharing, madam. Sharing, Doctor Sharing, what you want? Let us ask from the far away guys. Yeah, ma'am, please unmute yourself.
No, sir. I was just waiting for the session to end so that I can go home.
Okay. Okay, guys, you decided, and please tell me on the group itself, right? So let's yes, everyone come together so that we can have a group photograph for the day.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes, everyone. So I'm going to take a photo. Either. Yes, all done. Yes, everyone on.
Yes,
श्वेता
sir.
मैडम थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कीजिए ना, पीछे से लाइट बहुत आ रही है. थोड़ा सा वो श्वेता मैडम.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, what are we doing?
थोड़ा सा घुमाओ उसको, और साथ में प्रियंका जी को भी ले लो साथ में. जल्दी कीजिए, हम वेट कर रहे हैं. प्रियंका मैडम को ले लो साथ में.
Sir, I'm there.
हाँ, ओके, ग्रेट. Fine then. Okay, let me take a click. Smile all. Fine. Done. Just hold on. Just hold on. Let me see whether it has come or not. नहीं आया, रुकिए, नहीं आया, एक मिनट।
मैं यहाँ पर बैठी हूँ, मुझे ये इधर आओ, आप इसमें मत घुसो।
Haji, again. Yes, 1, 2, and 3. Yes, we have got it this time. Thank you, and I'm just sending it to you. अभी इधर भी डाल देता हूँ. And today is, I think, it is 7th, ना? 7th October. Okay. JPG saved. Yes. So let me put it over here also. Yes, so here we go. आ गया? Fine, then let us close this session for the time, and I'm just forwarding it on your WhatsApp. Okay, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice time. See you.
Bye. Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye.